What's up? How are you guys doing today? So in this short video tutorial I'm going to show you how to bring back turbo building, which was last nerfed on Fortnite latest patch. I'm actually going to show you that you can't turbo build right now. Okay, you can do this, but you can't do 90s because turbo building is not in the game again, or its time has been increased. So turbo building doesn't exist in here. See, you can't make a box, can't do it anymore, doesn't exist, therefore it doesn't work. Without further ado, let's check the steps on how to activate turbo building using macros. So you have to go to Google Chrome and then go check for your mouse model. In my case, I have a Model O. Okay, if you want to activate this first, what you have to have is a programmable mouse. In my case is Model O, but I also have a G502 in here. I also have a programmable keyboard, which you can program it to use macros as well, or you can use a third-party application. So without further ado, I'm just going to go for the Model O first, or I'm just going to only do the Model O because it's quite simple. And then Model O, go to the website and then download the software, which is usually by the end of the website or usually in the beginning. It just depends on what type of mouse you're using. And then click download, download the software, open it. You have to install it. Go with the process till the end. I have it installed, so this is the destination location where it's going to be installed. But I'm going to have to click cancel because I already have the application and it's running, so I don't have to install it twice. I'm just going to exit the setup, and it's usually in here if you're running it, but it's not running, so just have to open it. And this is how it's actually going to look like. This is the software interface of the application that we just downloaded. You have to go to the macro editor and then we just delete the old one because I'm going to explain it to you a step by step on how to do it. We're using this one so we can't delete it, but if we were to use the default button, which is DPI loop for the 6th one, then we can delete that. Okay, so here's what we have to do. What I would strongly recommend is use a button that is next to the left click, which in my case, it's the middle button or the DPI loop button. I wouldn't actually suggest you to go for forward and back buttons if you have, because these should usually be binded to something in your game. And on mine is on the pyramid and the trap. Because it's also bad because you're going to have to click like this and then move your mouse like this, and then your left click, it's going to be in the air all the time and you can't do the edits after it immediately. So I'd strongly recommend to be in a middle mouse button right here, or in the DPI loop, or if you would have like G502, which has a button right here, if you can check, then this would be much better if you were to click in here and then it would do the thing, which is actually pretty close. It's even closer than the DPI button. And then you just go to macro editor, and then right now we're just going to go to actually create the macro. So first of all, we just click on the macro, and then we have to give it a good name if you're using multiple macros, so you could just know what type of macro you're using. You just use turbo build as a title, or as a macro name, whatever. And then, so we have the name now. We have to specify how many times we're going to use it. So we have to cycle, so every time this one is clicked, then it's gonna reactivate every time it ends. Reactivate and reactivate every single time. So for this, then we click left button. Left button is going to be created here. If you want to add something else, you can start the record and then you just type anything you want. We have to delete the delay because we have to add the delay in the end. So before the delay of turbo building was 50 milliseconds, which translates to 0.05 seconds. And right now it's 150 milliseconds, which is 100 milliseconds later, which is, this is actually like being in Europe and building on NA West servers, which is actually the worst play to be made. So to do this, then we just go for 35, or it would be better to turn it to 25 milliseconds, which is actually double times as better as the turbo building was before. So now we just hit OK, the delay is added, and then we don't have to add on any other event. We just click, or we close this one because it's saved automatically, and then from DPI loop we change to macro and then assign turbo build, and then we have to hit apply. And now it's just applied on our mouse. We can either close this one or minimize, it doesn't matter, but I'm just gonna minimize for now. So now let's just test it out whether this works or not. Okay, I'm just gonna build high, and this is how 90s feel without the macro, and this is the feeling with macro. Okay, so we screwed up a little bit, but just because we're not used to using a macro. So we can see the 90s are in there, and I'm not trolling with you. Okay, to prove that this works, what you can't do in a real one is that you can't just go down and then press the left click. Well, you can't do that, but with a macro, you can do it. So I'm gonna show you that you can't do it with a left click. See? Didn't touch there. And then another way to tell you that this works is by boxing up. You can box immediately. I just didn't use it in the end because I needed to turn my keyboard, or otherwise I'm gonna bang my mouse in the keyboard. Like this. It's done. One more time. It's done. Like that, just like that. See, it boxed up perfectly. '90s all the way up. All the way up in the sky. So you can basically do anything now with this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please just don't use this in the game because you might get banned from Epic, because this is against the rules of conduct of the game. So don't use it. This is for educational purposes only, to show Epic that if you don't bring us something good in the game, that we liked it before, then people are gonna start using cheats, you know what I mean? And don't forget to use my creator code CaptainX. And also don't forget to subscribe if you want to subscribe, of course. I'm not gonna make anybody subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow me on Mixer as well. So have a great time, enjoy whatever you're doing. I wish you guys all the best, and I hope your KD goes up and up and up and up. Have a great time.